Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Another day of content on FC25 means another day without the highly anticipated right-wing evolution. It feels like everyone right now is waiting for this one specific Evo to drop on this game. Everybody's talking about it. People are wanting to invest. People are waiting to invest because they feel like it could drop the market. For sure it could. It's just a really weird phenomenon that's controlling this game at the moment. Now, the theories are all out there. Maybe it's today. There's a reason why it could be, but we really don't know when it's going to drop. Only EA knows, right? So we're going to talk about that more today, as it's still not letting me log into the game. Really weird. Whenever I go to do these videos, it won't let me log in. But we also have the first leak of Team of the Year, guys. We got to talk about that today. That's worth noting, even though it's still a ways off. All of that, of course, we got to talk about the market. Some of these cards right here are starting to go up as we predicted, but will they come down later today? What's going to happen when this weird situation where we still have Weekend League on a Monday? All that and more today, guys. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. All right, we are in. Let's take a look at yesterday's content from Sunday to start things off how we always do. One last word on the servers, actually. Yesterday on Sunday, I think there were some issues with the servers around the content drop for some people around the world. Maybe that's because it's the holidays, people are home from work, from school, and maybe that's overloading the servers a little bit. Hopefully that's not a continued problem throughout the rest of this week, but I know that a lot of you are mentioning servers dropping or the game being really laggy yesterday around content. Hopefully that doesn't continue. I don't think we had anything new in objectives yesterday, but I do want to draw some attention to the daily login once again. Make sure to get it done if you haven't already. If you've kept up to date with every single one of these so far, today is day 12 on Monday. We're going to get the 84 times 3 and the final group reward from this, a 100k pack and 1000 SP, which is nice. And I also want to look at the weekly rush objectives because there is now one more day to do this. These will reset tomorrow on Tuesday, but there's the bonus winter wildcards rush packs here, which is really easy to get done, especially if you're trying to get Evos done right now. In my opinion, Rush is the best place to do Evos because the games are quick and it's maybe a little bit more fun, and you can get some extra packs here on the side. So this is pretty easy to do in my opinion. I don't think there's any rush modes that give double rush points right now, but I think that's the best place to be working on your evolutions right now. And speaking of Evos, we had a new one yesterday. Winter Wingback 2. Sounds familiar, right? We're looking forward to attacking Avalanche 2. Well, EA dropped the second version of Winter Wingback first, and just like Winter Wingback 1, it's got basically the exact same requirements, except instead of right back, it is flipped sides to the left back position. It's an okay Evo. The thing that I don't like about this Evo is the stat limits. If you take a look at it here, 84 defending, 83 passing, 84 dribbling. That's pretty low. 90 pace, that's decent. I do like the playstyles and the roll plus that it gives and the weak foot boost. Honestly, this might be best used in a chain, and some of the best cards that come out of this right now are in a chain. Take a look at Gold Furlan Mendy. There's so many Gold Furlan Mendy Evos, but here's another good one. If you've got this card like I do, you can go into defensive-minded, Winter Wingback, and Artist to get 88 passing, dribbling, and physical with, of course, the added playstyles there. That's a really good card. This Weston McKennie's the one who I think I'm going to try to get done once I pack this card from doing 82 times 14s, hopefully 90 pace with those stats. He can also play in the midfield. That looks like a nice item there. So again, with the lower stat limits, this might be one best used for a chain, taking somebody from a lower rated to a higher rated card. Not an insane Evo, but at least it's there and it's interesting. Let's go to SBCs where the content continued with our daily player SBC being one of the three that we knew was coming. At least we had a 1 in 3 shot, right? It was Freddie Ewenberg, and he's cheap. That's the best part about this SBC. 5-star weak foot upgrade. He's got 90 pace. He's got the rapid plus. I like the positions that he can play. I like the stats besides shooting. Shooting's a little bit lackluster. 83 shooting on an 88 card. Dribbling looks decent. Composure's a little bit low. He does have really good playstyles though. Incisive long ball, technical, Trivella, Trickster, and Press Proven. That is pretty good, honestly. And the fact that this SBC is coming in at a whopping 90,000 coins, it's really easy to do. I don't have a lot of complaints on this one. It's a very downvoted SBC if you take a look at Footbin, but I think that's just because it doesn't really increase, you know, it doesn't improve your team that much for most people. But to be honest, it's cheap. It's 80,000 coins, 90k. I think that one's at least decent. It's not super crazy. But the main SBC from yesterday's content was the unexpected 86 plus hero mixed player pick. We knew there was going to be a hero player pick SBC, but I wasn't at least expecting it to include not only track stars, but the prime heroes as well. GGEA #1 for adding new heroes into the mix here. That makes this one interesting. And #2, it is dirt cheap. I think I got this SBC done partially from my duplicate storage and just from the 82 times 14s that we can open every single day. 84 and 85 rated squads with one team of the week. That is only 50,000 coins to complete. This is a very upvoted SBC because it is super cheap. And honestly, sure, there's a lot of heroes that you're going to pack or potentially get through this pick that are going to be less than 50k, but there's also some decent ones that you can now chase from this, like Hamshik, even the base Hamshik at 80k. You look at that and you're saying, technically, I made coins on the price of the SBC. Yesterday, I packed Company, and a lot of heroes were moving in price as people were packing them. He's like 170k. I was actually a little surprised to pack that card there. That was a decent one. And then, of course, you did see with Hamshik and Job Stam, you saw this actually bring some hype back to heroes. And this Job Stam card, who's actually down right now, he had a pretty decent rise yesterday. He was like 1.4s, had a bit of a bounce up to the 1.5s. You saw with Hamshik really the best rise. Hamshik was like 470,000 coins on Saturday night, early Sunday morning. Yeah, you can see here around squad battles, 460 to 500k, and he just went to 540k. He's still close to that beside these two undercuts. So I think it brought some hype back to heroes, and you saw some of those prices move. They could be okay to trade with through the next couple of days. Just be careful with the base versions. I definitely, if you want to trade with heroes, would look at their primes and the track stars. But honestly, there's not too much else to say about this SBC except for it's great because it's cheap and it gives you a chance at packing a good hero or two. And the weight, honestly, I know I didn't get crazy pulls, but the weight didn't seem terrible. It seemed like a decent SBC to do, especially with the fodder being readily available. And since fodder's so available and, you know, we all have it, fodder didn't move much. 84s maybe went up 100 or 200 coins. Same thing with the 85s. They really didn't move too much, though, because the daily 82 14s can get that SBC done for you really, really easily. And so with yesterday's content overall not being that taxing on the market, you didn't really see a lot of prices drop on the market. Some stuff was low, kind of as we expected. The market was low heading into the day yesterday and around content, but we're starting to see some prices lift back up. The Rodri, right? I bought 3 of those Rodri yesterday on the video for 420. He's still up. 460, 470, 480 is where he has kind of been. That's kind of how a lot of these cards have moved on the market. Winter wildcards from the earlier team 1 that is out of packs, even from some of the winter wildcards in team 2 and 3 yesterday, had some pretty good fluctuations. And I want to draw some attention to some of the players that we started to mention on the weekend earlier to invest in, some of the cheaper cards from the re-release. Tamori is 71k. I believe he was 50k yesterday, 56,000 coins. He's going up a lot. I think it's because he fits the Evo, or he fits the Sentinel Evo, so that boosts up his physical. But even some of the other cheaper players like Alfonso Davies was 115,000 coins. He's now 135. It looks like these re-release cards, the best of cards, are starting to pick back up and lift back up because people are expecting these to continue to rise. Now, there still could be drops on these. Again, we have that big Evo that's still hanging in the balance. That could make some of these drop, but it is nice to see these moving back up a little bit. Again, proceed with caution because they're in packs, and we still have content upcoming that could hurt these, but it is nice to see some of the prices lift off. This is kind of the index graph. This is Sunday. Yesterday, of course, the market dropped a lot on Saturday. We were pretty low on Sunday, went really low around content, had some bounces back. We're still pretty low. I still think this market has opportunity to rise, which is why I've invested a decent amount of coins in flips. But once again, may I remind you, the low budget is where you want to be right now because that's where the most demand is. Take a look at this Marquinhos. Yesterday on stream, we were picking him up for 55,000 coins right here. I think I bought like 2 or 3 of them at 55 to 56k. He's already up almost 10k a card there. That is great. A lot of the investments right now in this game seem to be low budget, prices moving up, and then also people investing for evolutions. Here's another cheap card that's going up. Parejo. This card we were saying last week during the week was an incredible buy in the low, like 15, 13k range. He's now up to 20,000 coins with the links to the Gavi SBC. You're starting to see that card move, which is nice. And then one thing I do want to also point out as well, take a look at this Inaki Williams. People are investing. I'm going to mention that again when we talk about the Evo, but people are investing in right wings. That seems a bit risky at the moment because we still don't know when that Evo is going to drop. But the rest of the market, there were some fluctuations. Like this Sophia Smith card yesterday, if you take a look at her graph, she went from 1.15 all the way to 1.4, back down to 1.1, back to 1.3. This is a card that I just picked up for 1.14 because I'm hoping she makes the next fluctuation back up to 1.3 mil today on Monday. It's kind of a weird situation with the market. This is uncharted waters because we don't have weekend league rewards today, which usually helps out the market a good bit. So I picked up some cards for trades here, mostly out of packs, a couple of them in packs, but I don't feel like the market's going to tank, at least before content today, so it could be a decent day to keep watch on some of the winter wildcards from Team 1 that move a good amount in value. Like yesterday, De Jong was 2 million flat. Now he's back up to 2.23. Poro was down at 100K flat at one point. Declan Rice is still a bit low. You see I bought a couple of those. I bought these for 337 to be exact, hoping that he goes back to 377. So I'm trading right now because A, I want to make some coins before Team of the Year, try to grow that coin balance if possible. And B, I feel like the market still could do okay today with foot champs still going on, right? It's kind of, like I said, uncharted waters for the market, but we will have to see how the market moves today. Last thing when we talk about the market in terms of stuff to do is definitely start selling and getting rid of any of those tradable team of the weeks that you have to be the safest possible. The safest way possible right now would be sell your team of the week cards today when the 82 times 14 refreshes. Hopefully you can sell them for about 15 to 16K. They've been selling there each and every day. There's only 2 days left of the 82 times 14. So I think you want to be safe with it and try to get these out. I'm not saying team of the weeks are going to, I mean, they can't go that much lower. All they'll do is at least go back down to 10, 11,000 coins. They could continue to go higher after this, but the 8214 is the driving force of demand for those team of the weeks. I think it's, if you have a lot of coins in them, it's definitely the best thing to do is to sell. Now, that's kind of the market from yesterday. Could the market change a lot today? Of course, with all the anticipation for the one evolution on this game. Literally everybody's talking about it, guys. I've been listening in on a couple of streams and a couple of videos and just seeing what everybody's talking about on Twitter. It's all the rage. This Attacking Avalanche 1 has 5 days left on it, and we're eagerly awaiting the release of Attacking Avalanche 2, of course, with the right wing position on it. Of course, for market impact, it's 250,000 coins. That would make the market drop. But of course, the cards that you get out of it are just going to be insane once again. And people, I think, are really relishing the opportunity to Evo another player in this evolution because it is so good. We still have the leak. We still have the expectation of this evolution coming out. There's been no other news on it just yet. There could be more leaks coming out today. But that's what everybody's talking about in this game, and it really is kind of holding the market, controlling the market in a sense too. I feel like prices would be going up more if we knew this Evo was not coming, or if we didn't even know this Evo was a thing. I feel like people would be buying more cards and maybe less reluctant to wait until this Evo comes out before buying cards. But one thing I want to mention is there's a lot of right wings that are moving on the market. This Aloe yesterday went from 70K up to 114,000 coins. Guys, this card does not fit the evolution because it's max 3 positions and he's got 4. Once again, that's on Attacking Avalanche 1. Just double check the cards that you're investing in for this. And if you are investing, sell on the hype, please, because it could come today. It might not come today. This Inaki Williams, I understand why people are investing. This would be an insane card, especially with his pace being as high as it is already. Like, that would be a nuts card. He's so overpowered this year. I totally understand wanting to put this Inaki Williams in the Evo when he comes out, but unless you're just going to buy one and put it in your club and not care about the price, don't try to invest in this and really try to make a lot of coins. It's going to be very risky and hard to time it, of course, because we still do not know when this evolution is going to be. Now, there is a little bit of a tinfoil theory and a hope that it could be today, because the last time that we had Winter Wingback dropped, Winter Wingback 1, the SBC that came out the next day was Attacking Avalanche 1. You see here, right? Back to about a week ago, Winter Wingback 1, the next day, Attacking Avalanche 1. So fingers crossed that that same trajectory falls today in the game, since we had Winter Wingback 2 yesterday. Maybe Attacking Avalanche 2 will be coming out today too. A lot of people are saying, well, they're not going to release Attacking Avalanche 2 until this one is no longer unlockable. Well, Winter Wingback 1 is still available, and Winter Wingback 2 dropped. Nobody knows, guys. Honestly, only EA knows at this point, but that is the sole Evo piece, the sole piece of content of this game that is holding the market in check. And the one thing that makes us a little reluctant to buy really too many players right now on this game. I know that I invested a lot of coins and we're sitting here trying to make some quick flips, but it's really the thing that's holding this market, controlling it right now. Now, besides that, that's the one piece of content that we're all looking forward to, because yes, it's going to drop the market when it comes out. We've talked a lot about that. 250,000 coins is going to make prices go down for sure. Players that fit in it maybe are going to go up, but of course, there's a lot of investing already. Once that drops, it's going to be madness, and then we're going to be watching it on the stream, of course. When that happens, it's going to be an absolute party, to be completely honest, once those Evos drop. But until we get there, and content that we could see today on Monday, let's transition into that, guys. We are not expecting the FC Pro. Mondays, when you think of content on FC25, you think of FC Pro Live. We are still, I think, 2 weeks away. I think it's, actually, no, it's 1 week away. We are 1 week away from these cards being back in action and earning upgrades once again. So a lot of these, especially a card like this Fabio Carvalho, started to go up in value. If you take a look at their prices on Footbin, they have really been moving. I think this card was like 50K yesterday. Now he's 65,000 coins. Be careful with that. They're not playing for a whole nother week. Personally, I would sell in the hype if you are making some coins on that right now. Any of those FC Pros. So just watch out for that. But Mondays, what do we also think of? Upgrade packs, guys, right? And we have an interesting situation with upgrade packs because we had the 81 double that was released on a Friday. Usually we don't get an SBC like this on a Friday, but it's expiring today. We still have the Winter Wildcards crafting unless you've completed it. So this is expiring today. Hopefully something replaces it, right? Maybe those 78 or 77 plus player picks. That would be something that we're watching out for today. Some other sort of upgrade pack SBC seems very likely. And a lot of people have been asking about Liga F Player of the Month. And it is true. The Patri Guijarro SBC today is expiring. That means there should be another Liga F Player of the Month, and it is this card, Imade. I'm not entirely sure how to say her name. This is the official stats for Liga F Player of the Month that will actually be dropping early today, a couple hours before content. Doesn't look like that crazy of a card there, but it at least is the next Liga F Player of the Month. I definitely think if you haven't done this Guijarro, she is a must-complete SBC. Such an amazing card. So upgrade packs or player picks today, new Liga F Player of the Month, and then our daily SBC. If we go and take a look at the graphic that we seem to look at just about every single day with the leaked SBCs so far, we still have Pires, Winter Wildcards, and Gakpo. Those are the two player SBCs that we have not had released yet that could still be dropping on this game. Gakpo is a really interesting one. I invested in a couple of Delict Globetrotter cards yesterday for like 130,000 coins, or just under 140, because that will be a card that would link to Gakpo, and he's somebody that has been kind of, in demand on the market recently. So I think he's right now still in the 140. Oh, he's actually just now 150K. This is the card that's really in demand and a great example of a player that you can trade with when you see fluctuations on the market, because he is used by a lot of people. And if Gakpo comes today, that's a link to him that wouldn't be like hurt because he's in a similar position to Gakpo, if that makes sense. So hopefully his Delict can go back up. I can make some coins there. Gakpo could be today. It could be Pires. Those are the last two that we have leaked so far, unless they add another one into the mix, unless EA drops something else, kind of like how we had the Junberg kind of pop up out of nowhere. Other than that, though, guys, it's a Monday. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of content. Of course, again, with the caveat of that attacking Avalanche Evo. Last thing that I want to talk about to end the video off today is Team of the Year. I know it's like, yo, Nate, we're still in December. Why are we talking about Team of the Year? Well, we had official dates for Team of the Year leaked yesterday. I don't think this is going to hurt the market at all right now. To be completely honest, this is just something to kind of put in the back of the mind and remember that we are not that far from the Team of the Year hype beginning, because once the calendar hits January, which is just a couple days away, that's when the hype starts to build. We are 1 week away, in fact, from the vote starting for Team of the Year. January 6th, next Monday, is the day the vote is supposed to start, with Team of the Year starting on the 17th of January with the attackers in pack. So that is just kind of something to know. This is pretty similar to how the calendar works every single year for Team of the Year, but we're getting close. I think the only thing you have to be worried about right now is if you have like an elite top tier player. And actually, if you go take a look at the market, it seems like at least, yeah, some people are starting to list up this 95 R9 a little bit. I know he's still 14 million coins. He was extinct at 15 mil. Oh, wow, he's dropping. He's down 300K. Not really. But that's the type of card, even this R9, you'd want to be careful with top tier players. Anything over 2-3 million coins usually takes a big hit. leading into Team of the Year. I think you still have a couple of days, maybe even a week before you need to sell that card, but that is just something to consider with Team of the Year a lot closer than you think, and just kind of something to start to think about as well, as maybe you start to think about where you're putting your coins and cards and SBCs. And I don't know if you need to save up fodder, hoping for big Team of the Year SBCs. I don't expect the next promo to be that crazy. We'll see what sort of ideas EA come up with numero foot. But just kind of something to kind of keep in the back of the mind and realize what time of the year we are in, especially for those top tier cards. So that's going to be the video for me today, guys. If you did enjoy, drop a thumbs up on it, comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. EA, drop the attacking Avalanche Evo today. Let us feel something on this game. Exciting, right? Let's see it. Let's just drop it, EA. Come on. Let's have a little bit of chaos. All right, guys, I'm going to finish Weekend League today. That link will be down below, the Twitch stream, if you want to see us do that there. I'm still enjoying Holland. He's an absolute beast, and we're probably going to play some Rush as well because I need to get those objectives done. But again, I will see you guys this stream today. It's been TheFutAccountant. Have a great Monday. Peace.